My name is Laura. I am 30 years old. I live in a small apartment. My life is very quiet. Every day is the same. I wake up early. I drink my coffee alone. I look at the window. The city is always busy. Cars move fast outside. People walk in a hurry. But I feel very still. I go to work every day. I sit at my desk. I do my tasks in silence. I don't talk too much. My coworkers are friendly. They smile and talk a lot. But I stay quiet. I listen more than I speak. Sometimes I feel invisible, like no one sees me, like I am just there, not important at all. At night, I go home. I sit on my bed. I hold my warm coffee, and I think about life. I ask myself questions. Is this my life? Is something missing? But I don't know why. I look at the city lights. They shine in the dark. I feel something inside me, but I don't understand it yet. A new day began. I walked into the office. Everything looked the same, but something felt different. People were talking more. There was a new energy. I heard a new voice, calm and confident. Then I saw him, standing near the door, talking to my boss. He looked relaxed. His name is Raphael. He is the new manager. He smiled at everyone, and everyone smiled back. He looked at me, just for a moment. "Good morning," he said. His voice was soft. I felt a small shock. "Good morning," I said. My voice was quiet. My heart felt strange. He walked around the office, talking to each person, listening carefully, remembering names. When he spoke to me again, he said, "Laura, right?" I was surprised. "Yes, that's me." He smiled gently. "Nice to meet you." That moment was simple, but something started there. I saw him again, every morning at work. He walked past my desk and always smiled. "Good morning, Laura." His voice was calm. I smiled back at him. "Good morning." It was something small, just simple words, but it felt different. I could feel it. Days went by slowly, but also very fast. Because now, at work, something had changed. He talked to me more. Not just about work. Sometimes small things. Sometimes nothing important. "Do you like coffee?" he asked one day. "Yes," I said softly. "Every single day." He smiled and laughed. "Me too," he said. It was a small moment, but I remembered it. When he stood near me, I felt a warm feeling. I tried to stay normal, but my heart was not. At night, I thought of him. His voice, his smile. I didn't understand why, but something had started. It was a normal morning. I went to the kitchen. I had my coffee and a small snack. The room was quiet. No one was there. I liked that moment. Just me and my thoughts. I sat by the table, looking at my cup. The day felt slow, but peaceful. Then I heard a voice. "Good morning, Laura." I looked up slowly. It was Raphael. He walked inside, holding his coffee. He smiled at me and sat near me. "Can I join you?" he asked softly. "Yes, of course," I said, a little nervous. We sat in silence, but it felt easy, not strange, not uncomfortable. He looked at my cup. "No sugar, right?" I looked surprised. "You remember?" He smiled again. "I pay attention." My heart felt warm. It was a small moment. It was almost lunchtime. I felt a little tired. The morning went fast, but my mind was not quiet. I stood up slowly. I needed a break. I looked at my desk. Then I heard his voice. "Laura," he said softly, "are you free now?" My heart moved fast. I tried to stay calm. "Yes, I think so," I said with a smile. He looked at me. "Let's eat together." We left the office, walking side by side, not too close, but not far either. The street was quiet. The sun felt warm. We talked a little, simple things, easy words. We sat in a small place, a simple lunch, nothing special, but it felt different. He listened to me, really listened, not like others, not distracted. After we finished, we walked to the park, and for the first time, I didn't want the moment to end. Weeks went by slowly, but everything changed. We talked every day. It felt natural now. Coffee in the morning, lunch sometimes together, small conversations, little laughs in between. It wasn't sudden. It wasn't fast. It just happened. Day after day. That Friday felt different. The day was almost over. I looked at him and took a breath. "Do you want to go out this weekend?" He looked surprised, but then he smiled. "Yeah, I'd like that." His voice was calm, but his eyes, they said more. Saturday night came. The place was beautiful. Soft lights everywhere. Everything felt quiet. We talked for hours, about life, about dreams. Then he looked at me and paused for a moment. "I like you," he said. Simple, honest, real, and my heart knew. This was not just a moment. Monday morning came. Everything felt normal. Same office, same faces. But something was different. People were talking more. Whispers in the room. Small smiles everywhere. Like a secret waiting. I sat at my desk, trying to focus. But I felt something I couldn't explain. Then our manager called us. "Everyone, please listen." The room went quiet. All eyes turned forward. He stood there smiling, looking proud. "I have great news today," he said clearly. "Raphael has been promoted." My heart jumped fast. "Director position," he continued. People started clapping. Voices filled the room. Everyone was happy. He deserved it. I looked at him. He was smiling. But something inside me didn't feel the same. "Another state," the manager added, and suddenly, everything changed. After the news, everything felt different. Same place, but not the same feeling. We stayed after work. The office was quiet, just the two of us. No one else around. I looked at him, trying to be strong, but inside, I felt something breaking. "So, you're leaving," I said softly. He nodded slowly, but didn't look away. "It's a big step," he said calmly. "A new start." His voice was steady. I tried to smile. "I'm happy for you." And I was, but not completely. "This is not the end," he said gently. "We'll see each other again." His eyes were sure. "We can make it work." He smiled softly. "Maybe even something more." I wanted to believe, and part of me did. But deep inside, something felt off. He left on Wednesday, early in the morning. No big goodbye, just a quiet hug. "I'll call you later," he said with a smile. I nodded slowly, trying to feel okay. That night, I waited, looking at my phone. Minutes passed slowly, then hours. A message came. "Long day here." I smiled a little. At least, he remembered. I wrote something back, longer than his. I told him about my day, about missing him. He replied fast, but it was short. "Sounds good." That was all. The next days felt strange, not empty, but different. Something was changing. He still answered, but not like before. Less words, less feeling. I told myself, he's just busy. New job, new life. That made sense. But deep inside, I felt it growing. A quiet distance that I couldn't stop. 1 month passed. I still checked my phone. Every morning, every night. At work, I waited. Between tasks, between moments, just in case. I tried to call him. It just kept ringing. No answer, no voice. I sent a message, then another one. No reply, only silence. 3 months later, things felt different. Not better, just quieter. I went out more, sat in new places, but still. I looked at my phone. I told myself, it's over. But my hands still tried to call. 6 months passed. No calls, no messages, nothing. At night, alone, I sat by the window. Phone in my hand, but no hope left. I waited for him, but he never came. Thank you for staying until the end of Laura's story. What did you feel? Did you believe him, like she did? Or did you see the distance coming? Have you ever waited for someone who never came back? Tell me in the comments. I really want to read your story. And remember, stories like this are not just stories. They help you feel. And when you feel, you learn faster. That's how you learn English here. Not just words, but emotions. If you liked this story, don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want more emotional stories to learn English in a real way, and share this with someone who also loves stories and wants to improve their English. See you in the next story.